I'm Debbie.
And I'm Allison.
And we're the Poltergals. Spooky.
I'm Allison.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're
The Poltergals.
On this week's episode, we're doing Edinburgh Castle in Scotland.
Yes, and we are also eating chocolate chip cookies and drinking tea from HTO. But yeah, so we are
Delicious.
in Scotland. What's the most Scottish thing you can think of?
Kevin McKidd.
What?
Kevin McKidd.
What is that?
He's a person, an actor.
An actor?
Scotland.
Oh, I was thinking like the Loch Ness Monster. So we were going in two different directions here.
Wow, I was thinking of people, and you were thinking of like
Nessie.
Ness.
You named my daughter after the Loch Ness Monster? We can start this week off with a Twilight quote.
Also, fun fact: Kevin McKidd played Poseidon in Percy and Jackson.
Ooh, okay. Maybe I
guy.
know who you're talking about now. I still have no idea who you're talking about.
Wow.
We'll find a picture of him and we'll post it.
Clearly, he also plays in Grey's Anatomy.
I don't watch Grey's Anatomy either. I feel like I feel like we have like a Venn diagram of like shows we watch and there's no overlap at all. Like it's just two separate circles. I feel like every time I talk about a show, you don't know what I'm talking about. Every time you talk about a show, I'm like, I've heard of it. But
Listen, this is Sandra Oh's second husband in the show.
Oh, okay. That
Dr.
clears.
Christina Yang.
Oh, that clears everything up for me.
This is not McSteamy or McDreamy. It's McKidd.
I don't know what any of that means.
You like how I did that?
Yeah, great.
It's not McSteamy or McDreamy. It's
McSteamy
McKidd.
or McDreamy. It's McKidd. All right, well, cool. Well, now you got a little bit of our background knowledge of Scotland. I think it's time that we get into the history. So, of course, obviously, Scotland has a lot of history, which I only know from a Netflix series shows.
Oh, no.
So, number one, Outlander. I swear to God. Have you seen Outlander?
No.
What was I just saying?
Again,
Two separate circles.
only this,
And
that
then
point.
Rain. Have you seen Rain?
no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll talk about them later on as we get into it. And it's historically accurate. I'm just kidding. It's literally like they're so bad. They're like it's literally like what are those like bad romance novels that are like the paperback books that are like basically just schmut? Like that's literally what the basically those two Netflix shows are. It's just them being dumb.
Oh, they're on Netflix?
Yeah, they're Netflix. We can do a binge watch. We'll do a sleepover, Alice. It's okay.
Sorry. With what house?
We can go to your house. You got an extra bedroom. We can do a whole room. We can build a fort together. You want to build a fort?
A little castle.
Oh, we can build a little castle.
Castle.
Okay, well, cool. All right. Well,
Now that we've rampaged a little too much, but
yeah. Welcome
perfect.
back to another episode of the Poltergals. And now it's time to get into the history.
So, Edinburgh Castle.
Mm-hmm.
It was not built in an extra room, unfortunately.
Oh, dang. So it wasn't just a tree fort or a blanket fort. Oh man. It was like a real castle
Yeah.
made of like rocks
Yeah.
and wood.
built on top of volcanic rock.
Oh, that's cool. Well, the more you know.
So, it was home to kings and queens for many centuries.
Who knew? That's where they live is inside castles.
I mean, there's the Waco Castle, but
Well, that's
no
true.
kings and queens live there.
No, you just got to pay $50 for a freaking tour to see
Nothing.
nothing. Yeah, like, I would understand if you got something for it, but no, it's $50 just to go to a castle. If I'm just paying $50 to go to a castle, I expect there to at least be someone dressed up as a king or a queen or a knight. But no, Joanna Gaines, that's where I draw the line. Anyway, back on.
back
Back to where we were.
back to the back of the history.
We literally got one sentence in.
So Queen Margaret, who was later made a saint, died here at 1093.
1093. That was a long time ago.
That was
3 centuries ago.
too many hundreds
3
of years.
centuries ago?
Too many 100 years ago.
I know. That was like 10 centuries ago. What is wrong with me? I don't know how to do math. I'm not good at the maths.
Me neither. I'm barely even good at the English.
I know.
So the chapel built in her honor by her son, King David I, is Edinburgh's oldest building.
That's cool.
St. Margaret's Chapel still hosts weddings and christenings today.
Christenings?
Christenings?
Yeah,
Christenings?
that's what they do to the babies. They christen them.
Isn't that just a...
Wait, or no. That's, what is that called? Baptism? No, what do they do when they like do the sprinkle? Is that a christening?
I just thought it was a baptism.
I thought a christening was like, or is it where it's like, I christen you, Sir John of Goodwarts. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of. I christen you. Is that like a christening? Is where they do like the thing?
That's a fantastic question.
That's a good question for someone who isn't us.
I am,
Is that going to be the word of the week? Christenings?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you'll know.
'Cause
Learn more.
Clearly we don't know. The Great Hall completed in 1511 for King James the Fifth
Uh-huh.
hosted grand banquets and state events, but the king had little time to enjoy his new addition because he died at the Battle of Flodden in 1513,
Dang.
fighting the English forces sent by his brother-in-law, King Henry VIII of England.
Wow, what a rude brother-in-law.
That is some baloney.
That sounds like some
That's some
mother-in-law.
baloney.
Baloney?
Baloney, yeah.
Baloney.
Because let me tell you, if my brother-in-law sent an army to kill me,
Yeah.
no sir. No sir.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the royal line, they were, like, all related anyway.
You fudged with the wrong in-law. No
Listen,
sir.
we know about Scotland.
Above the door at the royal palace are the gilded initials MAH.
I know this
for
one.
Mary, Queen of Scots, and her second husband, Henry Stuart, Lord of Darnley.
And this is where Rain comes in. So, the show Rain on Netflix, again, it's not necessarily historically accurate, but it's one of my favorite. But for our purposes,
it definitely is.
It basically is. But anyway, Mary, Queen of Scots, an icon, an absolute queen, slay the boots down, house, you know, like, I was like, I don't know what any of that means. But yeah, and so it talks about her and her first husband, and basically there's like magic. But they're in Scotland, and her mother-in-law is terrible. And then, but she, like, you know, all the stuff that goes on in the history.
Can I just say how stupid it is for King Henry VIII to send an army to his brother-in-law? Meanwhile, he's just over there chopping off his own head's wife, like his own
His own wife's heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't like you anymore. Chop.
Yeah, what's the little song that, like, people know? It's like beheaded, died, you know, beheaded, divorced, lived. Oh, it's like a whole little rhyme. Look it up. Henry VIII wife rhyme.
Henry the
Wives rhyme. How's it go?
Who were the 6?
Yeah, because it's like died, beheaded, lived, divorced, something. I don't know. Maybe divorce was a thing.
Catherine of Aragon was the first wife.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened?
I know there's a rhyme. I gotta find it. It was so good. Henry V.
Demoted for bearing no son. At the age of 17, 6 weeks later, he married Catherine of Aragon.
Ooh. Okay, it goes, divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. That's the way the rhyme goes. Have you ever heard that before?
Yes. And you would think I would know this since I took English literature.
I did not. I took Texas literature.
I took
Did you take a Brit Lit?
I took Brit Lit is what I took. Mm-hmm. And that was my philosophy class.
But yeah, so he's best known for the little English little rhyme that goes, divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. That's the order of his wives.
I would hope I would survive.
Well, anyway, but yeah, so he was kind of being a dick and sent a whole army to Scotland. Because they wanted to have control over it.
That's...
Yay.
Yikes. Meanwhile, he was too busy doing that.
Yeah, while he was also in the process of killing all of his wives. Or divorcing them. Or them dying.
So between beheading, dying, death.
And divorce.
And divorce. And then
sending armies to his brother-in-law.
And then getting creepy looks by your boss.
Yeah.
Through the window.
Mike, hello. Anyway.
Yikes.
But yeah, and then in Rain, you get to find out all about that and how cool she is. But then there's also magic.
Ooh.
So it's really cool. Trigger warning, though, there is a grape scene in Rain, which is really...
Grape?
A grape, but with the hard R. Not good. That's not very good.
So grape minus the G.
Yes.
So you
trigger warning.
So G plus the rest of the word, and then you get grape minus the G, and then you get that word. Wow.
Yeah, it's not very good. But yeah, that was the only part of the show that I was like, oh boy, this is a trigger warning. And it did not give you a trigger warning. So just in case, if anybody wants to go watch that show, yeah, you'd be a little triggered. Anyway, continue, Allison.
Wow, I don't even know where I left off.
Mary gave birth.
Oh, yes. Mary gave birth to James the Sixth in the royal palace in 1566. And he became king of Scotland at 13 months old.
Wow.
How convenient.
How convenient.
If I was a year old and I could become king or queen. Hey, sit there and goo gaga my way through life too. Why not?
And now it's just law. But yeah, so 13 months.
And he united the crowns of Scotland and England in 1603.
Wow.
So quite literally Google Gaga'd his way through several kingdoms.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, who doesn't love a baby, right? Baby for mayor. Baby for mayor.
Yikes. Yikes.
I can't say anything about our current political system, so I'm sure back then it wasn't too different.
I mean, different enough for them to rebel.
That's true. We're not there yet, though. Allison, keep going. You're giving spoilers to the history.
Following the Union of the Crowns of 1603, Edinburgh Castle was rarely visited by the reigning monarch. But from the 1650s, it grew into a significant military base. Defenses were rebuilt and enhanced in response to the
Jacobites
rising of 1689 to 1746.
And this is where my knowledge from Outlander comes in of Scotland. So I too would like to touch a magical rock, and then that rock transport me back in time to Scotland when a hunky man with red flowing hair in the wind joins me, and then we too can run off into the sunset together as Jacobites. No?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's just me then.
Yeah, I'll stick to this time.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so that's literally the plot of the show.
You know, like back then, you can get graped.
I mean, that still happens today.
I mean, granted, grapes are fantastic. No! The fruit grapes are fantastic.
Yes.
The food grapes are great.
That's we're censoring ourselves on the show.
Any other grapes or horrible?
Well, okay, so what happens in Outlander is there's this woman in the 1940s who's been helping out with the obvious war that's going on. Guess what's happening in the 1940s?
Can you spell it out for me?
WWII World War II. But yeah, so the lady, she's doing it, and then she like goes into the field on her honeymoon or whatever, and then she touches a rock, and then she gets transported in time. And then she goes back to the Jacobites.
Jacobites.
But yeah, that's what happens. And then that's where my knowledge of this comes in. Man, be careful over there. But yeah, so that's all I know about the Jacobites is from Outlander.
Wow.
So again, all I know is from Rain and Outlander. The only two Netflix shows. But they both just happen to take place in Scotland. Wait, what about Braveheart? Braveheart's Scottish, right?
Braveheart's Scottish.
Yeah, and Braveheart. So everything I know about Scotland is from...
So nothing that's actually
helpful. No.
From magical stuff that turns your mom and little brothers into bears.
Uh-huh. No, that's Brave. What?
You're talking about Mel Gibson Braveheart.
Yeah. We're like a hunky man in kilts.
Hunky man
in kilts.
Can I just
but
say?
Also Merida. I forgot about Brave.
Can I also just say? Were you there when we did the whole Braveheart scene for our senior prank?
No.
You weren't there?
No, what?
Oh my god.
Honestly, I don't remember high school at all.
Okay.
I was already done with high school. I was already in college by then.
Senior year of high school for us, we decided to have the whole big fighting scene of Braveheart.
Why?
In the main hallway.
What? How do I not remember this? Who did this?
Like,
I need receipts.
It's literally.
Do you have video evidence of this happening?
I did.
Dang.
And then I switched phones and they go bye-bye.
Dang.
But dude, this like legit, it was all obviously not all 600 of us.
Yeah.
But a good portion of us.
Maybe I do remember this.
And
I feel like it's like ringing a little distant bell.
And it was like on the secondary main staircase that leads to like the one.
Yeah, like the main hall.
Yeah, the 100, 200 hallway.
Yeah.
Over there.
Wow. And
then the other half met close to the cafeteria, and we ran down the main hallway with like cardboard shields and pool noodles.
How do I?
And then we were just sitting there, and then
I was not a part of this.
Admin found out.
What?
Yeah, and so while it was too late, the bell rang.
And then everybody floods
into... they start flooding, and we start charging, and they see two groups of people charging at each other. And then they're all just standing there watching. And then the admin's like, "Y'all gotta go, seniors, how dare..." And then everyone just starts saying, "Die, die, die!" And we all fall to the ground.
Maybe I do
and
remember
admin,
this.
like, even Gasaway was out there trying to, like, get us to class. And he's right in the middle. So it's like, he's right here, and we're, like, surrounding him like this. We're laying on admin's feet so that way they can't move.
Oh my god. That sounds problematic.
And we're just sitting there. The tardy bell rings. And then they're like, "You'll have to leave. You'll have to get up." So then everyone gets up, and then we do the MHS 2016 chant that we always do. And then we walk off as if nothing happened.
Why?
Over the intercom, Gasaway was like, "Teachers, please allow another 5 to 10 minutes for all students to get to classes.
That's so funny.
Class of 2016, we give you this one.
Wow.
Props to you."
Wow. Huh. That's wild. Yeah, I do not condone this. I was like one of the I was like with the not cool kids, and we were very much like, nah, I don't care about that stuff. Spirit days and pranks are stupid.
But every student, all 2,000 students late to class.
Wow. I just, sure.
Like, were you there for the water balloon?
No.
The last day?
The only thing I remember, and I don't even think it was our class, was people dumping all of the papers down the main staircase.
Yeah, that was the class ahead of us.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
Yeah, no, that was the class ahead of us.
By my senior year, I was like, deuces, I'm out. I'm done with this.
So last day of school, we showed back up and then threw water balloons at the other classmen.
Oh.
Because you know how we got done the day before?
Oh, yeah.
And that day was graduation practice?
Yeah.
So when we got done with graduation practice, it would have been the other kids.
Yeah, I don't think I had friends, Allison.
Like,
I don't think
we're coming out. And we showed back up with water balloons.
Wow, huh. That sounds
and
crazy.
threw them on the last day of school. And it's like, what are y'all going to do? Cancel graduation? It's tomorrow.
I guess so. Man, I did not participate in anything other. I was a good kid, Allison.
Yeah, so was I, but I still participated.
I did not.
Because it was funny.
I don't know. I guess I just missed out. I was not. We had two very different high school experiences.
I mean, to be fair, though, most of my high school experiment was with the powerlifting team.
That's true. And theater. That's all we...
So with me, it was either jocks or nerds.
Yeah.
There was no in between.
Yeah, see, we were the outcasts of all the groups. So I just collected people from the outskirts of all the other groups. And there you go. And then I was just an academic. I graduated with a 3.9 GPA. Thumbs up. Anyway.
I graduated with a 2.2.
Oh, well.
I'm pretty sure I had a B-, if not a C+.
It was just English.
No crap.
No
crap.
Fact or crap? No crap. Full fact.
Full fact. No crap. Pretty sure I graduated with and that was still middle of the class.
That's
too.
true. Yeah. So. Honestly, in our school, with all the AP kids making 4.8 GPAs, and then all the those kids at the very bottom, there was just middle ground. I think everybody was a mid.
I mean.
Anyway, so back to that. All I know is Braveheart, Brave, the Disney show, Outlander, and Rain. So yeah, there's our history. Again, sorry for going on another side tangent.
Be sure you make all the kids late by doing exactly that.
Yeah, so if you any high school seniors out there listening right now, there's your idea. Ding dong.
If it makes you feel any better.
Oh no.
Another side tangent.
What?
So my little brother graduated recently, within the last year, but when he went to high school, they apparently showed videos of our class.
What?
Of what not to do.
Wow, great. Of course they did. That sounds amazing. Sounds very accurate for what happened. My brother graduated 2 years after us, so I don't know what they did. I don't even know if we were not those kind of kids to participate, so.
Yikes.
Anyway, continue, Allison.
So, the new gun batteries, such as Durry's Battery, were constructed, and new barracks, such as the Queen Anne building, were added to house the many soldiers and officers.
Wow.
Close to 600 troops were held in the new barracks built during the Napoleonic Wars with France.
Wow.
That's a whole lot.
We know about Napoleon and all of his ice cream.
I just know that he was a short little man.
That's Neapolitan. Did you like my joke, Allison?
I'm so done.
All right. Well, we're quitting. Goodbye.
Anyway, the Little Man Wars, because he was short.
He was so tiny.
It's still in use by the military today. Regiments often had a mascot, many of whom were dogs.
Dogs.
Some of them lay to rest in the dog cemetery.
A dog cemetery? They killed dogs during the war. That
along
makes me
with
so
other
sad.
canine companions.
Aww.
But soldiers were once brought home a far more unusual four-legged friend to live in the castle's stables. Not everyone who came to the castle enjoyed their stay. Even royals were sometimes known to complain about the droughts.
We're in a drought right now.
Yeah, but luckily the rain that
yeah, it literally poured rain last night. I was like, Cameron, it's raining. He's like, no, it's not. I was like, baby, it's raining. I go to the window. It's pouring super hard. It's raining. He checks the weather. Is like, well, the weather app says it's not raining. I'm like, look outside.
We should all know the weather doesn't. You gotta look outside.
I know. It was just funny.
But anyways, the life was truly grim for many of those prisoners who were locked up in the vaults below the Crown Square.
Wow.
Crown Royal.
So it sounds like a lot of things have happened in this castle. Who knew?
castles,
Or
wars,
old? Yeah.
death.
That's how you get ghosts.
Ooh.
Well, anyway, now it's time for a commercial break.
Yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Spooky.
On this
Commercial break. This commercial break is brought to you by me finishing this cookie.
brought to you by HEB because well, here everything is semi better.
Oh, did you hear the news?
What news?
Cameron got a new job.
Oh no, so we're officially no more HEB.
No more HEB.
Oh yeah.
Cameron's gonna go work at Rappaport.
Oh no, go back to HEB.
Why? He's gonna be a 5th grade social studies teacher.
Dear 5th grade teacher or parents at Rappaport, I am so sorry for the HEB history that your kids are about to learn. That is the social history and social studies they will be learning. How HEB was founded by the butts, not by the actual butts, but the butt. Also, if you see any rusty butts, run.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Spooky. All right, and we're back. I hope you guys heard some good commercials on your commercial break. If not, well, welcome back. That was fast. Glad to see you again. Thanks for listening.
Yeet.
Or yeet yeet. Or should I say sheesh? Is that what the kids say? Sheesh.
Isn't it sad that we're 25
I
and
know.
we're so far out of the loop?
I know. We are like the worst 25-year-olds. Like, we're both married. We bought houses. We have
We're like-
responsibilities.
We're like mid 30-year-olds stuck
Yeah.
in 25-year-old
Definitely,
bodies.
yeah. I like sometimes I'm like, why do I identify more with people that are like my
Way
friends'
older.
parents' age?
Dude, that's what's so bad. Like,
Mike
lot
is
of-
our boss, and he literally has kids the same age as us.
and yet
And,
I'm like, dude, you're such a great friend, man.
I know.
And then you look at like some of the usuals at Shorty's, and they're all 40s, 50s,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I walk in, they're like, hey, what's up? I'm like, what's up? What y'all been doing? Other than working.
Working. Hardly working, eh? Or
And then I
working
see-
hardly.
And then I see people my age, like baby Sloan, and I'm like, wow, you're so young. And I'm like, wait, you're my age.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, is this what it's like to be a normal 25-year-old? Oops.
Like, he's over there, like, putting stuff together, and I'm like,
Huh.
is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
No thanks.
Well, how do you feel? It was your birthday like 2 weeks ago. Do you finally feel old, or how's it going?
I honestly feel like I'm a 40-year-old stuck in a 25-year-old body.
And today she's wearing her birthday gift that I got her finally.
I know.
We have matching shirts. They say, I feel nothing, and it's a ghost reaching inside of itself. And yeah, so we have matching shirts, which I think is cute. And she literally was wearing a Baylor shirt when I came in, and I was like, Allison, I swear to God, take that off. And so I handed her the other shirt.
Don't worry, it's still here.
It's under her other shirt. Listen,
don't worry.
guys, this is.
Don't worry, I'm staying true for y'all. I'm faithful. Just for y'all.
I need someone to just leave some comments and be like, Baylor sucks.
Well, you know what? I can't turn my back on Baylor,
I know, it's fine.
sadly.
What do they say? Back the bear? Seek 'em.
Grrr.
Great. Wait, no, that's Tiger.
Tony
What
the
are the
Tiger.
Frosted Flakes?
It's
Okay.
BAYLOR. Baylor Bears fight.
The only thing I know is blueberry cereal.
And then you go, sick on Bears when they do the little free throw.
I'm so scared right now.
Yeah, you go, sick on Bears.
This sounds like a cult to me. I think we need to do an in-depth analysis of cult at Baylor. No, I'm kidding. But it is time to get into the hauntings.
Oh, man.
Are you ready, Allison?
Sure. I'm going to pretend I didn't do any of the research.
She didn't do any. I'm telling her the first time. She's never heard about this before. And you guys have never heard about this before. So, of course, Edinburgh is one of... Is it Edinburgh? Borough or Edinburgh? Berg? Like, how are you pronouncing it?
Edinburgh is how I was pronouncing it.
I think it doesn't matter, right?
I don't think so.
I think it's Edinburgh. Burgh.
Oh, no.
Right? What?
I think so. I said.
Oh.
Hey, look, the shadows on my phone wanted to say hi because it triggered my security camera in my driveway.
That's scary.
The shadows say hi.
That's spooky. Allison's shadows are coming at her. Anyway, so Edinburgh Berg is one of Europe's most haunted cities, boasting a large number of ghost stories, many of which are set in around the castle. One such story tells of the piper who still haunts the hidden tunnels that run from the castle to the royal mill. You'll know about this again if you watch Rain, because I go in the tunnels. Anyway, when the tunnels were discovered a few hundred years ago, a piper went down to explore them. As he navigated through the tunnels, he played music on his bagpipes so that the people above could hear where he was. But halfway down the Royal Mile, the music suddenly stopped.
Oh, no.
A rescue team then went down to look for the piper, but he had disappeared without a trace. It is said that the lonely ghost of the piper still haunts the tunnels, and you can sometimes still hear his music in the castle or in the streets above the tunnels.
Oh, no.
Spooky little piper ghost, little big bagpipe in it. Do you know that Fiona from Creative Waco can play the bagpipes?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, her and her son.
Also, fun fact, I just met her for the first time at Waco Film Fest.
Oh, wow.
I've always, known of her, but I never actually...
She's an enigma.
No. Never known her.
But yeah, she's cool. And the next story I'm going to tell is that of the Gray Lady. That is right.
God.
You heard it here. It is not a woman in white. It is, in fact, the Gray Lady. So, arguably, this is, of course, the most tragic story. Excuse me, ma'am. Don't die over there. But yeah, so this is actually super tragic and is a mysterious lady who's dressed like a 16th century noblewoman. She's actually been spotted around the older parts of the castle, sometimes just wandering around, and other times weeping.
La Llorona?
La Llorona. She'd be weeping and she'd be wandering.
Yikes.
I wombo, you wombo, she wombo, wombology, the study of wombo. Is that wandering and weeping? It's wombo. No, I'm kidding. That's a SpongeBob quote. Okay, so she's been seen wandering around, and other times weeping, and she should be. Considering that she's actually associated with two equally unfortunate historical figures. So some say that she might actually be Janet Douglas, who's also known as Lady Glamis, a woman who was accused of witchcraft by the vengeful king, King James V, who took his grudge against his brother out on her.
Oh, no.
Even then, everyone knew the accusations were baseless, and she was in fact not a witch. But Janet Douglas was then burned at the stake outside of the castle on the 17th of July in 1537 in front of her living son.
Jeez.
That is terrifying and traumatic.
God, I'd be like, nope, gotta blast.
I bet that's trauma for life. Be like, oh, hi, welcome to our therapy meeting this week. Yes, what is wrong? Oh, you watched your mom die by being burned at a stake as a young child? Oh, yeah, that's tragic. That's tragedy right there. I too would end up as a ghost, wandering and weeping.
Me.
But yeah, and if that isn't enough to turn someone into a restless spirit, I'm not even sure what would be.
Nope.
Yeah. And then some others speculate that the lady could be Marie de Guise, who was also known as the Catholic mother a Catholic mother, a Catholic mother and regent of Mary Queen of Scots. So Marie de Guise found herself on the losing side of the Scottish Reformation, bringing back in rain. Thank you. Please go watch it. When she died in June of 1560, her corpse was kept at the castle for months. They wrapped it in cloth and kept it in a lead coffin to keep the smell at bay, before Protestant nobles finally allowed her remains to be shipped back home to France. Crazy, right?
Gross.
But yeah, so those are the two women historically that the woman in gray could possibly be. Both of those cases sound extremely tragic and scarring, and I totally understand why this could be the ghost lady. Or maybe they're both ghosts and they're just there. And maybe they're both the woman in gray, you know? Maybe they're just chilling. I keep moving my microphone. I'm sorry if this audio is terrible, Allison. All right, so don't cry. I'm sorry. You gotta edit.
That audio is the worst.
I'm sorry. Our audio is terrible. All right. Well, the next story I'm gonna tell is called "The Castle's Unluckiest Prisoner." Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
It's time for my afternoon yawns, but I got it.
No more afternoon yawns. So, there have also been reports of a ghostly man who smells distinctly of manure, and he actually tries to push visitors over the castle's battlements.
Oh no!
Yeah. So you know how on the castle, it's the up and down square tops.
Yeah.
So people have been filmed they've been pushed over, and apparently it's by this manure smelling boy, also known as the unluckiest prisoner. So the story goes that he was actually one of the many poor souls imprisoned in the castle's dark, damp, and rat-infested dungeons. Desperate to escape, he crawled into a wheelbarrow full of muck and manure, hoping to be taken out of the castle and emptied into a nice soft dung heap. But actually, the wheelbarrow was just tipped over the battlements instead, and the poor man broke his neck on the jagged slopes of the castle rocks as he was thrown over. So yeah, that happened.
Yikes.
So yeah, I can understand why he too haunts the area. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Spooky.
We got our own spooks over here.
We got spookies going on in the studio. Well, of course, the next thing I'm going to say is the piper and the drummer. So I already told you the story of the piper. But, of course, two of the most castle's well-known ghosts are mainly soldiers. And legend has it that actually many years ago, their entrance to an underground tunnel was perhaps an escape route in case of a siege. It was discovered in the depths of the fortress. A regimental bagpiper, as previously mentioned, went to go explore the tunnels. And as he descended, he was lost. But at the Tron Kirk halfway, all of his piping stopped and he was gone. So the soldiers went down to look and he was never seen again. And then the tunnel were then sealed. So the tunnels were actually sealed up after that.
Yikes.
And of course, the people still hear the bagpipes underneath the cobbles of the town. And with that, another military ghost has been seen in the castle's battlements. And it's that of a headless drummer, which is terrifying. So this grisly figure was first seen drumming a warding signal in 1650, just before the castle was attacked by the Oliver Cromwell. And then ever since then, the headless drummer has been considered a harbinger of danger.
Yikes.
So if you see the headless drummer drumming, be warned. Be warned.
It can't be worse than the headless horseman.
I think it's in the same right, because isn't the headless horseman also an omen? It means you're gonna die soon, right?
Oh no!
Oh no! And then we have the last one. So you already mentioned the pet cemetery. So this is the story of the ghostly good boy.
Oh,
He good boy.
what good boy. What's his name since he's a puppy?
Oh, Fido. No, I don't know. Should we have a ghost dog name? Max.
Max, yeah.
That's actually what my mother-in-law's dog is named.
Okay, no. I'm just kidding.
Max is a traditional dog name. And the Goofy son from the Goofy movie is named Max. I think I like Fido. Oh, what about Zero? Like in Nightmare Before Christmas. Zero. That's what the dog's name is.
I've never seen The Night Before Christmas.
You've never seen The Night Before Christmas? Get out of the studio. You do not deserve to be here right now. On the Poltergals without watching The Nightmare Before Christmas? I'm getting angry, Allison.
Isn't that a Tim Allen movie?
Tim Allen! Tim Burton! Oh my God!
Tim Allen's the good one, but Tim Burton's
going to rage quit right now.
Tim Burton.
Did you say Tim Allen? Are you talking about the handyman? the Toolman Taylor?
No,
Tim Allen?
That's the good one. Tim Burton. I don't watch any of his stuff.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I'm having a mental breakdown.
Listen, I'm gonna need a handyman, so I need Tim Allen.
Oh my God. I'm crying right now. Oh my gosh. We have things to talk about later, Allison. Okay, well, now that we know that the castle has its own pet cemetery, and Allison doesn't even know who Tim Burton is. There were actually dogs that were regimental mascots or that belonged to distinguished soldiers, and they were buried in the pet cemetery. So according to some visitors, there is a ghost of a scruffy black dog that has been seen wandering around. Cute, and cuter. Scruffy black little puppy.
Gross.
Ghost pup. A ghosty good boy. And as far as I'm concerned, out of all the ghostly apparitions, this is the one I would most like to meet. You can actually visit Edinburgh Castle on the Secrets of the Royal Mile tour. And ghost sightings are not guaranteed, but the chance isn't zero. So, but yeah, I just want to see a ghosty good boy. Oh my gosh, I'm still crying because Allison rocked my world.
I guess you will just have to go see Tim Allen for yourself.
No! Okay, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Poltergals.
Bye!
Bye! You've been listening to The Poltergals,
a Rogue Media Network podcast.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
I can't believe you've never seen a Tim Burton movie. You're telling me you've never seen a single Tim Burton movie?
No!
Allison, how? We literally talk about ghosts.
What's name one Tim Burton movie that's not that one.
Night Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Frankenweenie, Aliens Attack, or Aliens from Mars, or whatever that is. Literally all of my favorite movie, Edward Scissorhands.
Okay, Edward Scissorhands, I've seen.
That's a Tim Burton movie. Literally, like, what? It's getting Halloween season.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp.
Sleepy Hollow, I've seen.
Sleepy Hollow. We just talked about Sleepy Hollow with the Headless Horseman.
Literally, like, I've seen everything but those stupid cartoon ones.
They're not cartoons. They're stop motion.
Yeah, I don't like those.
What? We're gonna
Batman Returns, I've seen.
I didn't know Batman Returns. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
It's Batman 1989.
They're coming out with the new Addams Family. The new Addams Family is gonna be Tim Burton. Beetlejuice?
Haven't seen.
You've not seen Beetlejuice?
No.
Oh my God. Michael Keaton? Is he Michael Keaton?
I know who Michael Keaton is.
Yeah. For Beetlejuice.
Michael Keaton's a great actor, but I've never seen Beetlejuice.
Oh my God. Lydia Dietz?
Who's Lydia Dietz?
She's in Beetlejuice. She's the main girl. Oh my God, Allison, you are joking with me right now.
No.
You're going to have to come over.
So I've literally seen Edward Scissorhands, Batman, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Not even the good ones.
Batman Returns.
I did a Corpse Bride burlesque show and you didn't even know what Corpse Bride was?
No.
What? What about I can't even Nightmare Before Christmas is so quintessential. Oh my god.
I don't like movies like that.
Why?
It's so agitating.
What is?
All of it.
No, we have to watch it. You can't be a ghost hunter without watching Tim Burton shows. That's where I lay the lines. That's where I lay the lines. Okay.
See, I don't even know what Tim Burton even looks like.
Oh, he just looks like a spooky dude. Pirates of the Caribbean. He worked with Johnny Depp. Oh, Sweeney Todd? Have you seen Sweeney Todd?
No.
You've not seen Sweeney Todd?
No.
Oh my god. Allison, we are gonna have so much to catch up on. What do you watch?
Stupid stuff.
Like what?
Like, I've seen all the Marvel movies.
Okay, I've seen all the Marvel movies too. There's a little overlap on our Venn diagram. What else?
Nightmare on Elm Street. I see all those movies.
Okay, I've seen that.
And then Land of the Lost.
No.
That movie's hilarious. With Danny McBride,
Nope.
Will Ferrell.
Nope.
Dude. That's a solid
Okay.
movie.
Okay, well, hear me out. We'll do a movie night. You pick a movie and I pick a movie. And then we'll just go from there. Okay?
Yikes.
Is that fair?
Okay.
Okay. All right, I gotta leave before I get too mad.
Bye.
Bye!